Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. Now, this is obviously the player ratings and the match review all into one. As tomorrow we got the preview for Borough versus Hull City on Saturday. Sold out, 2.5, nearly 3,000 Borough fans going down for that one. Cannot wait to be part of that crowd at the away end. Hull aren't on the best of form either, so it might be a good away day for us Borough fans. But listen, in this video, we're going to talk Preston and obviously Middlesbrough, and of course, obviously, you know, the third round result. Player ratings are in here as well. But in terms of the game, let's get straight into it. Preston, they are on a great run of form, and it can show when Preston can't beat the Borough reserves. That's when you seem to know that your team isn't on the best run of form. They are playing that well whenever they're struggling past Borough's B team. So let's get straight into it now. That's not me trying to be cocky either. That's just me being like serious. Like, I got told that Preston played most of their senior players in this game, and although they look good at times, they still struggle past us. You know, I spoke to a few Preston fans after the game as well, and even they said they're pretty worried for their season because they actually said the same things I said then about if Preston can't beat Borough's reserves teams, they can't beat our B team, they're going to struggle in the Championship against first team players. So, you know, all the best to Preston for the rest of their season. Let's see what happens to them. Let's just get straight into it then. So, you know, the first goal from Robinson, it came down. Whereabouts I wasn't here when, obviously I think it's the right hand side, but to me it's the left hand side, so down the right hand side. At this time, Paddy McNair was over on the left hand side. Now, he started Paddy McNair as a right back. I had no disrespect to Paddy McNair, but he was rubbish. And he can't play that position again. It wasn't his game. And I don't want to sugarcoat it and say, oh, you know, it was. I can sympathise with him, but he didn't play that well. And in the player rating, actually the lowest rating. Now, this isn't going to be a video where I'm going to proper go at Paddy McNair. I'm just going to be completely honest and say it wasn't his game. He didn't play very well at all. And I think he'll know that by the end of this game that he would probably be fuming anyway because it wasn't his natural position. And maybe he was just filling in there. But what he filled in for, it wasn't brilliant. So he was on the right hand side. Nathan would have to do his defensive duties for him in the end. Then he got switched to the left hand side. And the minute he got put to the left hand side, they attacked. They did very, very well. Put the ball in the box. Robinson span Wood, put it straight top corner, 1-0 down in the 27th minute. And I looked at the floor and I thought, that's because you've played a player there as a CDM and he's not a right back, he's not a defender, and we've conceded because he can't defend what they're trying to come at him with. They put the ball across, they put it in the back of the net, 1-0 down. This could be a long night is what you're thinking. But it wasn't to be because Borough scored what I can only describe as a wonderful goal. A wonderful team efforted goal. Started at the back, we went all the way through the midfield. Ball went through in the end after a load of 1-2s to Ashley Fletcher, who took it around the goalkeeper, slid it in the 34th minute, and it was a brilliant, brilliant goal from Middlesbrough. And when it went in, I went absolutely mental. A lot of Borough fans sort of stood up and clapped it, but I was saying that was brilliant. And a few weird Borough fans looking at me because I was jumping all over saying that was a brilliant team goal. And when you see a brilliant team goal, you have to celebrate, you know what I mean? Especially if it's for your team. A lot of 1-2s going on, you know, literally switched the ball over once. I think it was to Wing, or was it to McQueen? It might have been to McQueen. Went through, Fletcher got it around the goalkeeper. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant goal. And that was it then for the first half. Not a lot happened after that one. We went down. They had no burgers, so I had to get a pie. What's the crack with that? Second half started, and we didn't start well. You know what I mean? Borough did not come out very, very quick. We started a bit slow, a bit lacklustre. They were on the ball quite a lot, Preston. And you can see in the second half, Preston just wanted to get the game out of the way, over and done with, through to the next round. Borough weren't having it, to be fair. Borough's defence in the second half did tighten up a little bit until they scored. When they scored, the one thing that frustrates me, especially when I watch our B-side, because I wouldn't say our first team, when I watch our B-side, is the pressing game. When attackers are running our defence, we just jog back. And I don't know why we do, but we don't seem to put pressure on. And the minute we start putting pressure on, they shoot, and often enough they score. And we've seen it against Notts County, when they had a shot from the edge of the box, and Mulligan went across and tipped it onto the post, but then John Stepp put it in. Same crack for this goal, except there was no follow-up. It went straight in the back of the net, and he got beat his near post. Didn't become some top bowlers. Then again, I can sympathise with his first game, but you are an experienced goalkeeper. Could you have done more? Possibly. But as I say, they had the ball, left-hand side of the box, or should I say the D, and he just had a shot at it. No one closed him down. You know what I mean? There was no pressure on him. And I was screaming in the stand, run to him, put a foot in, do something, do anything you can. They didn't do it. They didn't hear my commands. Even though, you know, whatever. They had the shot, and it beat him at the near post, and it went in, and I was just thinking, that's where I got a bit frustrated then, because I was thinking, I can see what's going on. Do you know what I mean? I can see there was no pressure, there was no pressuring of our back line onto their attackers. He had the shot, and the guy was called Barkerhausen. I don't know his name. It's a weird name. And he beat him at his near post. And that was it. They brought over 2-1 down. And when you go 2-1 down on the 67th minute, you kind of feel to yourself, man, what's going on here? Like, it kind of does your head in a little bit until Marcus Tavernier picks up the ball and scores what I can only describe as an absolute strike. And for that one, I went mental. But whereabouts I was stood, I was in the middle of the stand. I ran out of my row and ran down the stairs, and I was right close to, like, obviously, you know, almost at the edge of the pitch, screaming, getting at him, because it was a proper strike. Picks it up. Gusted did some good hold-up play, knocked it back into Fletcher, I believe it was, who played it into Tavernier, left-hand side of the box, and he just belted it across, straight in the top bin, and it was absolutely glorious. Marcus Tavernier, 69 minutes, 2-2. We go to penalties. Robinson, who actually picked up man of the match for Preston, missed his penalty. And obviously, then Preston missed another one. Borough went through. 4-3 winners on penalties. That was the game. And Borough went through. Now, next round, I believe the draw is on Saturday night. Please give us a home tie. Whoever's watching this now from the Carabao Cup, if anybody's watching it, any sort of representatives, and you know, any sort of way of doing this, please don't send us to Bournemouth. I am literally begging anybody out there, do not send us to Bournemouth. Because I did that last season, and that was an 18-hour round trip in a van, and we got beat 3-1. I do not want to do that journey again. So please, anyone, don't send us to Bournemouth away again, please. Give us a home tie to Bournemouth all day long. Please don't send us away to Bournemouth again. It was not the most enjoyable trip in the world. It was a long way to go. So, let's talk player ratings then. And Borough only used one sub in this game. That was actually Harry Chapman, who came on, who obviously came on, pressed their back line. He didn't do a bad job, if I'm honest with you. In goal, Dimmy, I gave him a 6. Conceded 2. Could have done better on their second goal. And it's his first game back, but I can't rate you any higher than that because that's only what I can give you because you weren't fantastic. It was just an alright performance, so a 6 from me. Danny Bat, he was at the back and he looks a brilliant defender already. Every single ball that came in the box, he was just away with his head. Defensive duties very, very well. He got forward a little bit as well, so I gave him a 7. Paddy McNair, I've already explained, it wasn't his game, and I don't want to feel like I'm laying into the lad at all. So I'm just going to get it over and done with, give him a 4. I didn't think he played very well. And we had Nathan Wood, young Nathan Wood, brilliant defender already. I can see already that the guy's got a talent, and if he uses it well, if he keeps his head down, keeps learning the game, he's going to go on to do great things for his playing career. So I gave him a 6. Dale Fry got a 6 as well. Again, same as Nathan Wood, another talented defender we've got at the club. Should be given more game time, in my opinion, just to sort of get him to that sort of level. I gave him a 6. Marcus Tavernier. Now, if this guy is not in the squad on Saturday, then I don't know. I don't know what more the guy can do. The guy is a talent, and every single Borough fan can see Marcus Tavernier has got that one thing that you need, that little bit of flair, that little bit of skill. Again, every single time I watch the guy play near enough, I don't think there's been a game, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's played in that Tavernier's not scored in. Yeah, I love Tavernier, man. I think he's a wicked player. He's only young, and he can't half-strike a ball. He can pick a pass. He can take on a man. He's class. Get him in the team for Saturday, please, Tony Pulis. He's my man of the match. I give him an 8. Ledbetter, his legs have gone. And I hate to say, but his legs have gone. He wasn't the greatest in this game, so I give him a 6. McQueen, brilliant. Honestly, brilliant left back we got there, and obviously McQueen, and he's playing very, very well. So I gave him a 7. Wing, another guy that got dropped out of the first team for whatever reason we don't know. I gave him a 7. Ashley Fletcher took his goal very, very well. Gets himself composed. Even when he had a man on him, you know what I mean. He almost then pushed in the back of the net. I gave him an 8. I thought it was an excellent performance from Ashley Fletcher. Really Gusted, first game back after injury. He went down with a little bit of a knock, but he carried on. He obviously went on without it. You know, the injury didn't really affect him that much. Gave him a 7. And last one, Harry Chapman, I gave a 6. So that's it, really. That's been the match review and the player ratings all combined into one. Hope you guys have enjoyed. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys again tomorrow for the preview of Middlesbrough versus Hull City. What the bother?